I'm Dell.
And this is the Black Catch-Up. So what we do on this show is we watch popular black movies that we didn't see when we were younger because we grew up in a more conservative Christian household. And today, as seen on the screen, we watched Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start off the same way. We'll start off with kind of a plot summary, synopsis from
Yes,
IMDb.
IMDb.
So,
So, on the hottest day of the year, on a street in the Bed-Stuy section of Brooklyn, everyone's hate and bigotry smolders and builds until it explodes into violence. So, yeah, that's the summary. So,
yeah,
what do you
so
think?
yeah, I guess overall, like quick thoughts. I did like the movie. Um, it was definitely pretty interesting. Like I can kind of see why it was popular. Again, I thought the acting was pretty good. The story was definitely compelling. Definitely like kept your eyes glued to the screen. So overall, definitely an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts of the movie was that they was just the overall how it was just one day. I
Mm-hmm.
really like that because I feel as though most movies now are like a few days or like weeks or months
Yeah,
or the time period is just so scrambled you kind of don't know what day it is or what's
yeah,
happening. I just like that it was very focused on just one day and we got to see like all these different characters and even if they didn't get like a name introduction we still kind of like
yeah,
could feel who they were. I thought that was top notch, very good.
yeah. I think kind of getting to the characters. I think my favorite character was the mayor. I just kind of thought he kind of acted as the film's like consciousness in a sense. Like
Yeah,
the film was basically about hate. Like you kind of see hate coming from all different directions. Like it wasn't just black people hating white people hating
yeah,
black people. You kind of had a bunch of different types of hate. You had the police in there. You had Hispanic people. You had Asian people. So I think it just showed a lot of hate, and he was kind of the character that pretty much everyone universally hated, at least judging off appearance. But
yeah,
if you actually listen to the things he kind of said, like I think they were definitely the most conscious. He was the one preaching the most love during the film. So
yeah,
I thought it was just really cool how they kind of used him to play that role in this movie.
yeah. Speaking of the hate, they had that like more iconic scene that I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone talks about, where they have people going around and just saying like this long like minute
Mm-hmm.
stream of
Yeah,
slurs on like a specific race. So that definitely
yeah,
is the hate that we're seeing a lot.
yeah.
Um, I will talk about the Walk of Fame scene, Wall of Fame
Oh,
scene
Wall
in
of
the
Fame. I was like
beginning.
Walk of
Sorry,
Fame.
sorry.
What?
I wrote it correctly down here.
Yeah.
I just Walk of Fame is the first thing I thought. But the Wall of Fame scene in the beginning, that kind of is the kind of catalyst
Mm-hmm.
for what's going to be happening in the movie. And what I like about it is that it's the catalyst, but it's not like boom, boom, boom. It's almost like a like slow, steady
Yeah.
heartbeat that goes throughout the movie because he still keeps talking about it. But the Wall of Fame scene that he highlights in the beginning, where they're in Sal's restaurant and he just has a wall full of Italian Americans, and he's like, why are there no black people? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're in a black neighborhood. Black people are giving you all their money.
Yeah.
Why are we not represented on your wall of fame? And Sal's like, it's my wall. I can do what I want. And
Mm-hmm.
there's something to be said about that. That I feel that that's kind of like how America is now. Like black people are the driving force for a lot of what happens in pop culture,
Mm-hmm.
music, like pretty much everything. But we don't have our own like wall of fame, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought the Wall of Fame idea was something that we are still kind of seeing today. Where there's so many spaces that we may be like the largest patrons of, or
Yeah,
we're just we are the space. But in terms of representation, who's on the wall, it's never really our people. So
yeah,
yeah, I definitely did kind of like how they had that in there, and how that was kind of the pulse of the film, and what kind of I guess kept the action going.
yeah.
So I actually have a note here that I can't read. So I'm trying to remember what it says. Oh, I like the colors. Like I thought the shots and the outfits were very
Oh, it was
cool.
so pretty.
Um, yeah, like there were some good scenes. I know with the three men who were kind of just sitting outside on like against like a really bright red wall. It was either bright red or bright blue. Can't actually remember, but those scenes. Of course, all the outfits were just
They're
very
just
just
so
colorful
bright and
and
colorful.
just very like '90s, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the fashion was just very cool in the movie. That's what I
While we're
said.
speaking about color, I want to talk about Spike Lee's direction because I really do like how he directs movies, and I think I've only seen like one other movie he directed, Black Klansman, which is a very great film.
Yeah.
But I really like how I have two notes on what he does for directing. I like a lot of his POV shots
Yeah.
where you would see a character just like talking at the camera, but he's not talking to the camera. He's talking to clearly like someone else on the other side. I just love those shots. And then I also like that he also has things going on in the background as well as the foreground. Like there was the one scene, I can't remember what was. Oh no, it was in the foreground where Mookie, where Mookie was, I want to say, talking to the radio Raheem, and in the back you can see Samuel L. Jackson's DJ Love person, like just like yelling in the back, like you're supposed to be giving me food.
Yeah.
So I like that, and there are lots of little like things like that where something where the foreground was, but then in the background there was way more interesting things happening.
Yeah. I guess another thing with the point of view scenes that he did, when it was Radio Raheem, when he first came into the restaurant and was playing his music, I like how he had, along with the point of view, like it was always looking down on the restaurant owner, because I guess Radio Raheem was a big guy, and then from the reverse perspective, it was always kind of looking up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that scene. There were plenty of scenes where he kind of had the camera at an angle or like looking up as if you were just kind of standing on the street observing this or something.
Yeah,
so,
or even when he had DA talking to Mother's sister, they were like slanted. Those are some. Spike Lee's a great director. When he got his Oscar this past year, I was as happy as Samuel L. Jackson on stage with him. Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
Any other points you want to say?
No, I think that was good.
Okay. Because I think I have one more, and that is kind of the crux of the movie, and that is when we first see him, and we first see the guy try to have everyone boycott Sal. It kind of speaks to even now today cancel culture and how hard it is to actually like cancel someone or actually like boycott someone and like really have them feel it. Because you had him go around saying, yeah guys, I need you to like boycott Sal till he puts black people on the wall. But everyone's like, we grew up on Sal. Like we're not gonna boycott him.
Kind of like he didn't do anything to me.
Yeah. For those things. But then in the end it all just like Sal's gone anyway.
Yeah, and I think in the end, I don't know if we'll get to this later, but in the end, after Radio Raheem dies, I think Sal makes a comment like, "Oh, you have to do what you have to do," and that kind of sets off the riot.
Yeah.
And so I thought that just line was just like very telling of how a lot of people in power kind of view these kind of things like, oh, like as long as my restaurant's safe or as long as my business can keep going, like by whatever means necessary, I guess the worst way possible.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have.
Yeah.
Do we have any problematic scenes?
So I had one thing written down. It wasn't necessarily a scene. It was more of just kind of, I didn't really like having to see the police brutality at the end. And like, I understand it's in there, and I know kind of doing this, I've kind of just realized like we're gonna have to
We're gonna see a lot of
black people die, a lot of police brutality. So that was like on the negative for me, just because I didn't want to, like, it was a great movie, and it definitely needed it to kind of be the movie it was. But yeah, I guess like I don't know what order these will come out, but we watched Boys in the Hood yesterday. That one I kind of knew it was coming just because I've seen everything, but this one I was a little less prepared. Like, I guess deep down I probably could have brought up a memory of like knowing Radio Raheem was gonna die, but yeah, I just didn't want to see it, so that was kind of
that was so sad. He just wanted to play his music.
Yeah.
He just wanted to play his music. I think the only problematic thing I heard was when they were
honestly, I just didn't like as much. I liked it. I didn't feel myself as engaged or as like into the plot, until it kind of really took off. I think it took a different way than Boys in the Hood. Where Boys in the Hood, like you could tell it was building up towards something great. This one just kind of seemed like a regular day. Of course, you see the tensions rising for everyone, but there's a certain part of you that's like, oh, that's just what this it's like here. Like you don't really think anything's really gonna pop off. So I didn't find myself as engaged this movie, but I still definitely liked it. It didn't really have any flaws in my opinion. So
Although
I
I
enjoyed
could
it.
argue that you think it's a regular day. That kind of is indicative of what would happen in just
Yeah.
like real life, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
everyone's just hanging out, like opening the fire hydrant because it's super hot, and there's like someone going over to visit his girlfriend,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
oh no, this boy's cuffed up my shoes and all that other stuff, and you don't know
Yeah.
that what seems to be a regular day is going to be like such an impactful and like
Yeah. Actually, while you're there, I want to touch on the fire hydrant scene. I thought it
okay.
was really just a really good directing and writing. How he in the beginning had black people using the fire hydrant to cool themselves off and have fun, and then in the end when they're
The
taking
firefighter.
out the firefighters are very quick to turn that same fire
Yeah.
hydrant water back on the people kind of just standing there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was just kind of a powerful little scene the dual use. And the first time the cops were like, hey, don't touch this. If I see it on again, you're all in trouble. And then in the end, they were just quick to kind of turn it on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What was nice and playful.
Yeah, yeah.
I also gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I think I liked it more than he did,
Mm-hmm.
but again, we did Bad Boys and you like
Yeah.
4.5, so. But I really liked it. I think while you were like, oh, you didn't feel anything building, I just liked that it was, I guess, deep in my heart, I felt as though something big was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I did just like hanging out with these characters on just a regular day. It was
Okay.
just very nice. And did I say anything else about it? Yeah, everything else that I said, I already said. How I liked that you felt that you knew the characters just from their like quick little blip on screen,
Yeah.
where you just like see them for like a second, but then it's like, oh, I know that person. Whether it's someone you know in your real life or it's like a typical kind of character. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay. So we got a 4 for this one.
Yeah, this is a 4-star movie.
Yeah. Then I guess our final question:
Is-
how did you feel you missed out, or?
No, we're not saying it like that anymore. We're saying, do we wish we watched it sooner?
Oh, okay. This one not really. Like, I will say it is kind of nice to see why Spike Lee is so well known and kind of like I guess I've always heard of it's a Spike Lee film, things like that, and they all have like their similar
Spike Lee
traits.
joint.
Yeah, Spike Lee joint. So it was kind of just cool seeing him in action, seeing him like work in what's like essentially his prime. So that was nice, but I don't think like I needed to see it sooner to kind of get that effect. So yeah, I guess I'm okay with when I saw it.
I wish I saw it earlier, just because I found it very enjoyable. Because unlike Boys in the Hood, we should stop bringing up movies.
Yeah,
that
I
haven't
don't
come out
know.
yet.
I feel like it'll just end up happening that. So I'm okay with it.
But like unlike Boys in the Hood, where it just felt like so anxious the whole time,
Yeah.
this one just felt like a nice chill day, even though the ending was so like poignant and powerful, especially after George Floyd. That was
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like essentially the same way. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let me stop. But I wish I had seen it sooner, just because I really like it, and I feel as though I have the potential to want to watch this movie again.
Okay. Yeah, I also will say I think this one has a little more rewatch value than Boys in the Hood as well.
Yeah. We'll try our best to not keep comparing movies
Yeah.
to